Hey y'all, it's Chloe and we're back with another video. You guys, we are here with an update. Karen did a interview on Curated Woman's channel and she talked about in small detail, I guess, like, you know, her divorce with Miles and what happened to her and in the process that she went through on Married at First Sight. So we're gonna go ahead and get into that, but before we do, I want to remind you guys that this Sunday at 3 p.m. we will be talking to Jasmine from this season of Married at First Sight. I am so excited, so make sure that you guys are here, okay? She will be here talking to us, answering our questions, and she said F them NDAs, and I said, I know that's right, girl. So she is willing to, you know, spill it all, okay? So go over to my community post right now and leave your questions over there so that we can get into the things of the things, if you know what I mean, okay? I will be definitely asking all my member questions, and then I will get to all my sub questions afterwards, okay, if we have enough time to get into all the questions. So with that being said, if this is your first time here, sit back, relax, and watch the video on through. And if you like what you see and you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If y'all one of my lovely members or subscribers, hey y'all, how y'all doing? So y'all, I did take down some bullet points from this interview that Karen did. And last time I did an update on Karen and Miles, when I tell you that y'all was eating me up in them daggone comments, baby, y'all was eating me up in them comments, something serious. Y'all was in there like, Chloe, they not from Charlotte. Chloe, they not from Charlotte. Someone told me in my comments that they can't trust me because I already started the video off wrong. I said, well, dang. At least Jamie and Beth was from Charlotte. I knew somebody was from Charlotte. Okay? But Miles and Karen are from the New Orleans season, okay? Gosh. I got it right this time. So let's go ahead and get into it. So the first bullet point that I wrote down was the fact that Karen's father had told Pastor Cal to his face that he wasn't no real pastor. I thought that was hilarious because y'all know on the internet, there's a lot of people who go around saying fake Pastor Cal, you know, like that's the fake Pastor Cal, fake Pastor Cal. And I'm like, y'all gonna stop doing my homeboy like that, okay? Now, mind you guys, I'm here for Pastor Cal, even though I feel like the last couple of seasons, he's been slacking big time, okay? But y'all know I still got a soft spot for Pastor Cal because he is the face of Married at First Sight, and I feel as though if they ever try to like replace Pastor Cal, all hell won't break loose because the fans, the viewers will not have it. As much as we like to talk ish about him, I don't think we'll be here for a switch up on Pastor Cal, okay? She went in to talk about how production had texted her best friend Mal's full name prior to the wedding, okay? So it didn't happen exactly how we saw it. So what happened was when we saw it, she was in the dressing room, she saw the message, and she was like, oh my God, I know him, I don't like him, I saw his Instagram, blah, 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 blah. And that wasn't really the case. The case was that she had got this information prior to. So before they, okay, so during the interview process and stuff like that, New Orleans, she said, is small. Everybody knows everybody. So they were, you know, started talking like, who's going to be on Married at First Sight? Who applied for Married at First Sight? Because, you know, Married at First Sight is in New Orleans. Who's going to do it? So she had already knew that Miles was going to be in the process, okay? She didn't know that that was her spouse, but she knew that he was going to be in the process. So when her best friend got the text message from producer, she felt as though it was like shady. Like, why would this person go ahead and do that? Because that's what producers do. They like the startup mess, okay? So they were doing this to get an emotion out of you, Karen. They did this so you can either be like, oh my God, I think I'm gonna like him, I really like this guy, or he's handsome, or they wanted the reaction that you gave them. And then the fact that Miles was also younger, was already, you know, Married at First Sight doing what Married at First Sight doing, which is giving you what you didn't ask for, and then sitting there making you think that's what you asked for. Okay? She already knew who Miles was, all right? She already went through his Instagram. She already did not like what people was telling her about him. The fact that they was telling her, oh, be careful with him, you know, just watch out, this, that, and the other. And so it made me wonder, like, what was Miles out there doing in them streets, okay, for the people to be warning her about him. But that also played a part in their marriage long term, if you ask me, because it just shows that she already went into this marriage watching her back, looking out for herself, not giving him a fair chance at all. The young lady asked her, are you and Miles still together? She looked at the camera and she said, no. And my mind went, I bet y'all not. and it's your fault. That's exactly what my mind said. But you guys, I felt so bad because Karen really was in her feelings after this, okay? She said she didn't realize that she had been cast as the villain. She feels as though it was editing. No, Karen, it was not editing. Let me just tell you what happened. You had already came in with this pre-notion that you didn't like Miles, and it showed, okay? You didn't show him any affection. You wasn't open with him. You wasn't really giving him what he needed as a husband, even when he was confessing his love and like for you, okay? It was just something that you was not, holding on to. You wasn't picking up what he was putting down, and that was what you were doing. So you can't say it was the editing. Those are the things that you were doing. But she did say that, they didn't get any of the good stuff. Baby, when you told that man that you didn't feel safe with him in that kitchen, that's when I was like, you know what? I just can't be on your side at this point, because you tried to make yourself a victim from something that was not happening at that moment, okay? And I didn't feel comfortable with you and him in the same room without cameras or anything after you made a statement like that, okay? So then she started getting emotional, and she was just saying that she didn't really want to talk about the divorce because, like, who would want to talk about a divorce? I know I wouldn't. So I completely understand how she feels about having to go through this process. Now, the interviewer did tell her, like, we're not going to go into it too much, okay, because I don't want to get into the things of the things. And I'm saying, like, girl, you got Karen in front of you. It's time to get into the things of the things. But, hey, it's her interview, and she wanted to do it the way she wanted to do it. But Karen did tell us that she feels as though there was a reason she went through this. There was a reason she was chosen to be on Married at First Sight, and how she has this platform now, and she's leaning more into God, okay? She's leaning more into God because she wants to figure out what was the reason. What was the reason? I will be lying if I say that she didn't seem hurt. Karen was about to cry at least 3 times during this interview, okay? She said that she's in a very weird space right now, and she's recovering from a broken heart and the feeling of abandonment. She also mentioned the fact that she's not the one who was no longer committed to this marriage. She's not the one who woke up one day and decided that they didn't want to be here anymore. And that just put in my head that Miles was the one who was like, I don't want this. And I honestly feel like both of them played into it, but they were never supposed to be together to begin with. Why? Because Karen was never fully all in. Karen settled for Miles. Okay? Karen settled for Miles because she felt like that was the right thing to do. He's a good man. He's a handsome man. I don't see why I wouldn't want to be with him. But she had already not wanted to be with him from what she knew about him prior to Married at First Sight. And then going into Married at First Sight, she showed us that she still didn't want to lean into him at that point. I feel as though, and I'm sticking by it, that she stuck with Miles through this process, after the process, because she realized how much other women wanted him. And it was something about the fact that other women want something that you feel as though you need to have it, which is why there are a lot of women who go after married men, because they feel as though, oh my God, somebody want him, he must be a good man, I want him too. And I feel like that was her thing. Like she liked him, she liked him enough to try to make this work, but it wasn't good enough. And I always feel as though Miles knew that. To me, it feels as though he knew that she was not completely 100% in love with him. Do I think she loved him? Absolutely. Do I think she was in love with him? Of course she fell in love. But it was never like that soulmate, this my man, my man, my man, my man, my man. You know what I mean? And so at the end of all of this, I really just wish them the best. I think Karen is going to have to go through some healing, and hopefully she finds who she's looking for, because according to her, the dating pool out there is horrible, baby. It's horrible, okay? And I wish Miles nothing but the best as well, okay? I hope that he finds him a woman who's 100% into him from the very beginning all the way to the end, okay? With that being said, I hope that you guys go ahead, go check out this interview. I'm going to link it in my comment. I'm going to pin it in the comments down below. So go ahead and check it out and show them some love over there. Don't forget to like the video, comment down below what you think, how you feel, and subscribe to the channel, okay? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.